All right, we're going to talk about probability without replacement. Now, we've had problems here before where we've had these marble problems, and these problems were called probability with replacement. For example, if we have an urn that contains 7 orange marbles and 8 blue marbles, so in this jar or this urn we have 15 marbles, right? And it says a marble is drawn and then put back. So in other words, we take a marble out, we look at the color, and then we put it back in the jar. The marble was orange, right? So we drew it out, we saw that it was orange, and then we put the marble back in. Now, if another marble is drawn, it's asking what's the probability that it will be orange. Now, all it's asking is that we're going to draw a marble and what the probability is that it's orange. It really didn't matter. It's not going to affect in this type of problem what color that first marble was. So all it's asking is we're going to take a marble out, what's the probability that it will be orange? Well, how many orange marbles are in this jar? Well, there's 7 of them, right? And then how many total marbles are in the jar? Because we replaced that first marble, right? So there's still 15 marbles in there. So the probability that we draw a marble and that it's the color of orange is 7 out of 15. Now the problem that I just went over was called probability with replacement because we replaced the marble that we drew. Now let's take a look at this example. It says an urn contains 4 purple marbles and 3 pink marbles. So in other words, there's 7 marbles in the urn. It says 2 marbles are drawn. So in other words, I take a marble out, I look at the color, I take another marble out and look at the color. Now it says what's the probability that both marbles are purple if the marbles are drawn, number 1, with replacement, and then number 2, without replacement. Now here is this is what this means. Let's talk about the with replacement first. So in other words, I'm going to take a marble out, I'm going to look at the color, and then I'm going to place it back into the urn. So we're still 7 marbles. Then I'm going to draw another marble out and look at the color and then put it back. So this is what we call with replacement, and we want to know what's the probability that both are purple. Well, all right, let's look at the first part of this. So I'm going to take a marble out. What's the probability it's going to be purple? Well, there are 4 purple out of a total of 7 marbles, right? So I take a marble out, I look at it, the probability it's purple is 4 out of 7, I put the marble back. Now I'm going to draw a second marble. What's the probability that the second marble is purple? Well, there's still 7 marbles in there, right? And there still could be 4 purple marbles in there because I replaced that first one, right? Now I've got 2 different situations here, right? So I want to know the probability that I draw and the first one's purple, I replace it, I draw again, and the second marble's purple. So I multiply these 2 events or drawings together. So 4 times 4 is 16, and then 7 times 7 is 49. So the probability with replacement is 16 out of 49. Now that's what we call with replacement. All right. Now let's take a look at what happens in number 2 if I don't replace the marble. So in other words, let's talk about this. So in other words, what's the probability I draw 2 marbles and they're both purple, but I don't replace that first marble? All right, so I've got this jar. I'm gonna pick out a marble. So I pick a marble out. I look at the color. What's the probability that it is purple? Well, same as before. There were 4 purple out of 7 marbles, right? But now I don't replace that marble that I just drew out. So I don't replace it. I set it to the side, which now means that there are 6 marbles left. All right? Now, the probability that that one is purple. So say I drew that first one out and it was purple. All right? And again, we're talking about the chances that the color is purple. So now I don't replace it. Say I don't replace that purple marble. And how many purple marbles are left then? Well, there would be 3 purple marbles out of the 6, right? Because the first one I'm saying that I picked out is purple. Now I multiply the events together. I could reduce 3 over 6, if you wanted to, and take 4/7 times 1/2. That's up to you. So in other words, multiply them together, and you can do some cross canceling. In fact, that's what I'm going to do here. So I can divide both these by 2, and then 3 over 3 is 1, or in other words, let's see, multiply across, I get 6 over 21. Reduce that, I can divide those by 3, and I get 2 out of 7. So the chances that both of them are purple would be 2 out of 7, whereas the chances that both are purple without replacement then would be 6 out of 49. So these are the two ways here that I could do this then. And this is called probability without replacement.